Well, hey YouTube, I'm back with the Norica Dragon in 25 caliber, and in my review video I was kind of questioning the purpose of a 25 caliber Springer.
I'm gonna have to science the shit out of this.
So this time I've got three 12-ounce cans. These have been sitting outside for months. I've been meaning to shoot them. They got a flavor of Mountain Dew. My kids did and they didn't like it, so this will be a good test for the guns. Let's see how I do here with the Norica 25 caliber. I'm using a JTS pellet. That was pretty cool. All right. Okay, next up is the Hatsan Model 95. And that also used the JTS 25.39 grain pellet. See, this is what I don't like about these Hatsans. Guys are like, oh, you're cocking it too hard. It's like, it doesn't want to. I don't like the Hatsan. All right, let's see if I can hit something with it. Auto safety. I don't know, that'd be kind of worth me shooting. Let's see what the 177 does. It's like I like reactive targets, so let's see, can you have the same reaction with a 7.6 grain Crossman pellet? All right, let me figure out how to shoot that block of wood and we'll call it a video. Okay, so for the final test, we're gonna try, I got a 2x4 setup out there, a little chunk, and the grain is perpendicular to the impact. And I know I can hit it with this, so we're gonna do this one first. Using, again, the Spanish-made Crossman hollow point. Here we go. That was kind of uneventful. All right, now it's time for the Norica. Be using a JTS 25.39 grain pellet, as I recall. Here we go. Sounded a little more of a firm impact. Well, I need a do-over because I just skimmed the top of it with the Norica. So let me hold a little lower on it. Just trying not to hit in the same spot. Okay. All right, let's see. Hopefully I can hit something with this guy. All right, so I measured penetration using a paper clip that I stuck down in a hole and felt for the edge of the skirt, because I had, the pellets are all different. I want to go to the deepest spot, so I thought edge of the skirt was fair to compare them with. And then I measured it off ruler, converted it to millimeters, and deepest penetration was actually the 0.177, even though it had less foot-pounds of energy at 12.7 millimeters. Next was the Hatsan that had 11.11 millimeters of penetration. And then finally the Norica was down to 7.94 inches of penetration. And that was my first shot with the Norica where I missed, but that's the grain of the wood. It's just a piece of 2x4, so. Anyway, one other thing I'll show you guys and we'll call it a video. All right, so way out there at the end of the yard, measured with my little Ink Irma rangefinder. I've got what I call Clanky Dan.
Clankus. Clankus. I like that.
You know, because Riddick, he's got Colonel Clank, and then what, the Black Diamond, and then Nibs, not Nibs, Hickok 45 has the gong, so, and then Pistons and Springs and Pistons, he's got the bell, so I've got my Clanky Dan out there. So let's see what I can do with the Norca. Be interesting to hear the travel distance on camera. All right, now for the Hatsan, using the same JTS 25.39 grain pellet. And finally, we'll use the Daisy 1101S with Crossman Hollow point 7.6 grain. Well, all right, YouTube. I hope you enjoyed that little video. Just a comparison with my two 25 caliber guns and the 1101S, and shooting them back to back was actually pretty interesting. This one I thought recoiled so badly, really didn't seem as bad as it did before. Even though I greased the spring in this 1101S, it still twangs. Springers just jump around, especially a cheap springer like this has a lot of power. The Norca definitely jumps around too, but I guess I felt like this was just a little more dead feeling than the Hatsan, but the Hatsan has more power. So I was actually glad I kind of could hit some stuff with these, but still I do a lot better with a 177. Anyway, if you're in the market for looking at different guns, maybe this will help you. I prefer the smaller calibers. These are novelties to me. Maybe I'll be won over shooting them like I am now and seeing what they do. I was able to hit a fit that my Clanker Dan, he's 15-inch wide steel plate that I found in a riverbed, just some old rusty piece of steel that was a circle and it had holes. It was perfect. Hung it from a tree and give us some long distance idea of what the guns can do. Anyway, guys, that's all for the video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. That's all for now. Thanks for watching.